it is 10:30. So hands in Dhyan Mudra, eyes closed. We'll chant one Om and then say the prayer. Re Chak Purak. Hands in Namaste position, and we'll start the prayer. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karvavahai Tejasvinavaditamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hands in Dhyan Mudra again, and we'll start with the slow, deep breathing, Pranakarshan Kriya. We'll do 5 repetitions, and the counts will be 10 for Purak and 20 for Recha. Recha, Purak, Recha, Purak, Recha, Purak, Recha, Purak, Recha. One more time. Purak, Recha. Breathe normally. Now do the Brahma Mudras, the neck exercises. 5 different variations. The first 3 with breath control. So you breathe in, make the movement, come back and breathe out. So we'll start with the first one, which is moving the head to the left first and then to the right afterwards. Re, Chak, Purak. Move the head to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Stretch the neck as much as you can. Come back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Recha. Purak. Head to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Stretch. Come back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Recha. Purak. To the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Stretch. Come back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Recha. Pura. To the right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, stretch. Come back, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Recha. Second variation, dropping the head to the left and the right and stretching the opposite arm out and using the hand off the side that you're dropping your head to pull the head down further. Recha, Pura. Drop the head towards the left shoulder, stretch the right arm out, use your left hand to pull the head down a little further. Come back. Recha. Pura. Head towards the right shoulder, stretch the left arm out, use the right hand to pull the head down a little further. Come back. Recha. Pura. Head towards the left shoulder, right arm stretched out, left hand pulling the head down. Come back. Recha. Pura. Head towards the right shoulder, left arm stretched out, right hand pulling the head down. Come back. Recha. Third variation, dropping the head back, and we'll hold it here a little longer to compensate for the entire day when we have our head down looking at our devices or books. Recha. Pura. Drop the head back. Face the front. Recha. Pura. Drop the head back. Face the front. Recha. Now the fourth variation, jerking the head to the left and the right, gentle jerks. So just loosen your neck before you start that. Okay, now we'll start. Jerk the head to the left, center, right, center. Left, center, right, center. Left, center, right, center. Now the fifth variation, 360-degree rotation of the head. So drop your chin to the chest. Start the movement to the left, back, right, front, left, back, right, front, left, back, right, front. Stop, change direction, go to the right, back, left, front, right, back, left, front, right, back, left, front. Stop, lift your head up, rub the palms together, spread the energy of the face and open the eyes. Now do the shoulder exercises. So hands on your thighs, make sure you only move your shoulders, not your hands. Let's start up and back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The other direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now fingers of both hands on the respective shoulders, elbows touching in the front, touch the elbows each time as you rotate. Start up and back. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Change direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now we'll do the Naman Mudras, bending postures, 5 variations. Take the position for the first one. Hands in Namaste position, elbows close to the body, shoulders thrown back, opening up the chest a little, eyes closed, back upright. For this Naman Mudra, we bow to the Supreme Divinity in the form of earth. Om Prithve Namaha. Re Chak Pura comes go up. Re Chak, bend forward, arms remain fully outstretched all the way. Keep your arms outstretched for a few seconds. Now drop your head and retract your hands, bring them close to the head. Relax the body and breathe normally. Four things on Rechak. You breathe out, stretch the arms out, bring your head back in line with the spine and apply the root lock or the Mool Bandha. Rechak. Pura, come up. Rechak. Second variation, arms behind the back, right hand in the left palm, thumbs interlocked, elbows are not bent, shoulders thrown back. For this Naman Mudra, we bow to the Supreme Divinity in the form of water. Om Jalaya Namaha. Re Chak Pura. Re Chak, bend forward, head in line with the spines, arms fully outstretched all the way down. Keep your arms outstretched, few more seconds. Now drop your head, slide the hands up the back and drop the elbows. Relax the body, breathe normally. Same four things on Rechak. Rechak. Pura, come up. Rechak. Third variation, hands at the lowest part of the abdomen, fingers interlocked, elbows close to the body, shoulders thrown back, opening up the chest. For this Naman Mudra, we bow to the Supreme Divinity in the form of fire. Om Agnaye Namaha. Re Chak Pura. Re Chak, bend forward slowly, head in line with the spine as you go down. Now drop your head, drop your elbows, relax the body and breathe normally. One more time, four things on Rechak. Rechak. Pura. Rechak. Fourth variation, arms folded behind the back, each hand holding the opposite elbow. For this Naman Mudra, we bow to the Supreme Divinity in the form of air. Om Vayave Namaha. Re Chak Pura. Re Chak, bend forward from the hip joint, head in line with the spine as you go down. Drop your head, relax the body and breathe normally. This time three things on Rechak because we did not move our arms after coming down. Rechak. Pura. Re, cha. Fifth variation, arms folded in the front. For this Naman Mudra, we'll bow to the Supreme Divinity in the form of space. Om Akashaya Namaha. Re, chak. Purak, arms go up. Re, chak. Bend forward, arms remain overhead all the way down. And drop your head, relax the body and breathe normally. Again, three things on Rechak. Rechak, Purak, Rechak. Rub the palms together, spread the energy of the face, open the eyes. And you can stretch your legs out, loosen the joints. And then come and sit in a comfortable cross-legged position. And now we'll do Kapalbhati. 54, 54, 108 as always. 54 with each individual nostril and 108 with both nostrils. Hold for a count of 10 with individual nostril, 20 for both nostrils with the locks applied, and we'll do Amar Kruti. Re, chak, half purak, close the left nostril and stop. Hold. Purak. Re, chak. Purak. Re, chak. Breathe normally. Now we'll do to the left nostril. Re, chak, half purak. Close the right nostril and stop. Hold. Purak. Re, chak. Purak. Re, chak. Now, both nostrils 108 counts, and hold for 20 counts with the locks applied, and then we'll do Amar Kruti. Re, chak, half purak, and stop. hold and apply the locks. Vaisa Purak and hold. Gulp the air. Recha. Purak. Recha. Now we'll do the Parshva Kapalbhati, side Kapalbhati. Count of 20 on each side and hold for 10, first in the exhale condition and again after taking a breath in, hold in the inhale condition for 10 counts. Re Chak, half Purak, twist to the left and start. Hold. Purak. Apply the locks and hold. Release the locks and Recha. Purak. Face the front. Recha. Purak. Recha. Breathe normally. Now do it on the right side. Recha. Half Purak. Twist to the right and start. Hold. Purak. Apply the locks and hold. Release locks and Recha. Purak. Face the front. Recha. Purak. Recha. Now skip the Bhastrika Kapalbhati because we're going to do the Bhastrika Pranayam type 3 later on. And now we'll do Ujjayi breath, all 3 variations, 2 repetitions each. First one, Saral Ujjayi, sitting as you are. Re, Chak, Purak. Re, Chak. Purak. Re, Chak. Madhyojay, to expand our lungs horizontally. Re, Chak, Purak. Re, Chak. Purak. Re, Chak. Urdhva Ujjayi, expand our lungs vertically. Re Chak Purak. Re Chak. Switch arms. Purak. Re Chak. Now we'll skip Basra today because we want to spend some more time on doing the asanas later on. So now we'll do Nad Sadhana, just chanting 3 ohms after a ujjayi each time. Then a silent meditation for 3 deep breaths without trying to avoid focusing on any thought. And then 2 Hastakarna Bandha Omkars. Re Chak Purak. 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 Shant, shant, shant. Listen to the lingering sound in your mind of the Om and observe your breathing, how we breathe in and how we breathe out. And try avoid focusing on any thought for the next little while. Now with love in our hearts and enthusiasm in our voices, let us chant 2 Hastakarna Bandha Omkars to invoke the divinity within us. Cup your palms, place them over the ears, fingers behind the head, and thumbs on either side of the voice box or larynx. Re Chak Purak. Purak. Rub the palms together, spread the energy of the face and open the eyes. And now we'll do pranayam. So yesterday we did Bhasrika pranayam type 1 and type 2. Today we're going to do Bhasrika pranayam type 3. Quick review of what these are. In type 1 you do everything with both nostrils, which is the 21 Kapalbhatis, hold for 21 counts, Pura through both nostrils, hold, Rechak through both nostrils and hold. In type 2, slight difference is that while the Kapalbhati is the same 21 counts and hold for 21, You breathe in with the right nostril, hold in Antarkumbhak, breathe out with the left nostril, and again hold. And the second time you do that twice. Second time you do it the other way, where you breathe in with the left and breathe out with the right. Now, Bhastrika Pranayam type 3, the only difference is that you also do the Kapalbhati, 21 counts of Kapalbhati with individual nostrils. First time you do that with the right nostril, second time with the left nostril. Okay? Otherwise it is exactly the same as Bhastrika Pranayam type 2. Alright, so you can follow along as I call it out and it should be alright. Re, Chak, half Purak, close the left nostril and start. Hold. Purak with the right nostril. Antakumbhak hold with locks applied. Rechak with the left. Hold. Purak, both nostrils. Rechak. Purak. Rechak. Breathe normally. Now this time we'll do it the other way, so starting with the left nostril for the Kapalbhati as well as the Purak. Re, Chak, half Purak, close the right nostril and start. Hold. Purak left. Antakumbhak with locks. Rechak right. Hold. Purak, both nostrils. Rechak. Purak. Rechak. Rub the palms together. Spread the energy over the face and open the eyes. And on to Aasanas.
Okay, so now we're going to do asanas that are recommended for building bone mineral density. I think most of you have probably had your doctor send you for bone density test, because many times, especially post-menopausal women, get osteopenia or osteoporosis, which is losing the mineral density in the bones. The calcium leaches from the bones. So the statistics show that 1 in 3 women and 1 in 5 men get osteoporosis. Okay? And a study in 2016 showed that yoga has a positive effect on bone mineral density, especially in postmenopausal women. The same study showed that just 12 minutes of yoga daily is an effective way to reverse bone density loss. So, what kind of yoga poses should we do to build bone density? It's mainly weight-bearing exercises. So, working with dumbbells while you're watching TV, that's not a bad idea. Light dumbbells, they don't have to be very heavy. But in yoga, we use our body weight most of the time. So it's ideal to build strength, ease your pain, and improve your posture as well. So we're going to start first with the plank. I think most of you have held the plank before, so you know that your wrist should be right below your shoulders. I think you can all see me. Yeah. Your wrist should be right below your shoulders, and then you slowly raise your knees off the floor and you look like a plank of wood. This is the plank pose. And for those of us who are on the floor, we can go to tabletop, go up to plank, go down to tabletop, go up to plank. We can do this 5 times. That's 3, 4, and 5. And stay in the plank for a few seconds. And then put your knees down and sit in any sitting posture. Vajrasana is fine, just to catch your breath, so that you rest between this one and the next exercise. You notice that most of our weight is on our arms, on our hands actually, and on our toes. We are balancing on our hands and our toes. So all the weight is on our arms, and then the rest of it on our feet. So that's what weight bearing is. The body's weight is what is helping us. Now the next one is downward dog, which is part of Surya Namaskar. It's one of the steps. But here you go into a tabletop position first, exactly like we started out. And then move your hands slightly in front. And then curl your toes and slowly raise your hips up. Once you've raised your hips up, pump with your feet. Because what we want to achieve is we want to have the heels touch the floor. We want our feet to be flat. And that's not easy for everybody if you don't have enough flexibility. You can see how Kunal is doing it on the chair with the help of the chair. The seat of the chair is your floor. Now push your butt backwards. Feel that stretch in your arms, your shoulders. Pull your tummy in and stay there for a few seconds. And from here, we can go into the plank and we can come back. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Stay in the plank for a few seconds and then put your knees down and sit in Vajrasana again to just catch your breath. Now the next one we are going to do is something you've done many times in our class. That is the cat posture. And that really exercises our spine very well. It stretches the spine. So again, you want to make sure that your fingers are spread out. Your wrists are right below your shoulders. Your knees are right below your hips. Your toes are curled. Now, as you breathe in, you start raising your tailbone, arch your spine downwards and look up. Keep arching it downwards as much as you can comfortably. Don't hold your breath, shallow breaths here. And now, arch your spine upwards. Tuck your tailbone in to help you arch it better. Look down. Your chin is almost on your chest. Stay here for a few seconds. Once again, arch your spine downwards. Look up, raise your tailbone to help you arch your spine downwards. And then once again, breathe out, arch your spine upwards. And now flatten your feet and see if without moving your hands, you can sit on your heels if you're on the floor. And then look from side to side 3 times. Stop in the middle. When you come up, your spine should be arched upwards. Your tailbone should be tucked and curl your toes. Your head should be down, arching your spine upwards. And again, as you breathe in, arch your spine downwards, raise your tailbone, raise your head. Stay here for a few seconds. And then come to a tabletop, to a neutral position. And then sit in Vajrasana to catch your breath. So again, you saw how our weight is on our hands. And weight bearing, it's our own weight that is helping us. The next one we're going to do is the dog posture, which also we've done, but maybe we haven't done it too often. So for this again, you need to go on all fours and make sure that your wrists are below your shoulders. Your hands are spread out, your fingers. Don't keep your fingers together. Your knees should be below your hips. Your toes should be curled. Now what we're going to do is raise our left leg and then raise our right arm and try to stretch them in opposite directions. Stay here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring your hand down, your leg down. And now we're going to do the same with the right leg up and our left arm out. Stretch them in opposite directions and stay here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And bring your hands down and sit in Vajrasana to catch your breath. And next we're going to do some standing postures, which are also not totally new to you, by the way. We've done most of them, especially the tree pose. We've done many times, and I think some of you are getting very good at doing the tree pose. You're getting your balance very well. So we're going to try that. But first, stand up and stand in Tadasana. Tadasana is also another posture that really helps to improve your posture. So, your feet should be parallel to each other here, and roll your shoulders back. Keep your arms on either side of your body and look at one spot in front of you and take deep breaths here. Make sure your spine is upright. Okay, so now put your weight in your left foot. Raise your right heel up and just stay here for a little bit just to check whether you have your balance. And if at any time you lose your balance, you're not going to worry. If you need to use the chair for support, that's perfectly fine. If you need to use the wall for support, you can just put your hand on the wall, that's fine too. But start looking at one unmoving spot in front of you and steady your breath. And then slowly lift your right foot up. Place it as high as possible near the groin. Your knee is to the side. And if you feel that you have your balance here, do a namaste. If you feel confident of your balance here, do the branches. And then if you feel confident here, put your palms together. Make sure your elbows are not bent. See if you can take your arms behind your ears, way back. Stay here for a few seconds. And slowly come out of it. I think most of you are getting pretty good at this. Now put your weight in your right foot. Raise your left heel off the floor, just your toes on the floor. Keep looking at that unmoving spot in front of you. And if you feel you got your balance here, slowly lift your left foot high up. Remember that if you can't put it very high up, you're not going to put it against your knee. It's going to have to be near your calves. If you have your balance here, do a namaste. If you think you have your balance here, do the branches. And then put your palms together. Make sure your elbows are not bent. Stay here for a few seconds. And slowly come out of it. And stand in Tadasana again, rolling your shoulders back, your arms by your side, looking at that one spot in front of you. Make sure your feet are parallel to each other, not out like that. The next asana we are going to do is the chair pose, which also we've done many times. So people like Maya who just had knee surgery, don't do it, or sit on the chair and do it. So for the rest of us, we are going to keep our feet parallel to each other, and then we're going to raise our arms like arrows. They should not be loose. Arms should be straight forward. And then you're going to start putting your butt down. Don't bend your knees first. Put your butt down, and as you keep taking it down, your knees are going to bend. But you want to make sure that your knees are behind your toes. Your weight is in your heels, not in your toes. And see how low you can go. Stay here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Do a namaste with your elbows out. Take your right elbow outside your left thigh. Your left elbow is towards the ceiling. You're looking to the side, the left side. Stay here for a few breaths. Now bring the namaste to the center. Take your left elbow outside your right thigh. Your right elbow is towards the ceiling this time. You're looking towards the right side. Now put your fingers on the floor. Try to straighten your knees a little bit. Bring your hands to your hip joint and slowly come up with a straight back. And roll your shoulders back, stand in Tadasana, look at that one spot in front of you and catch your breath. Next we are going to do Warrior 2, Warrior Pose 2, Virabhadrasana 2. So for this, you need to move your feet apart. But first let me show you how Kunal is going to do it. He's going to sit on the chair with his knee forward. The left leg is straight out. Okay? The left leg is straight out. The knee should not be bent. Only the left knee is bent and the right leg is straight out. And that is Virabhadrasana on the chair. I'm going to do it here. So first, make sure your feet are fairly far off, and then they should be parallel to each other. Hold your hip joints here with your hands. Turn your left foot out. Now your right foot is still facing forward, your left foot is facing out like that, and you're going to bend your knee, your left knee, and you move your right foot further back if you need to. I need more space, so I'm going to just move it a little bit so that this thigh can be parallel to the floor. So you want to be fairly low, but your hip should be facing forward. Now raise your arms up. Make sure your torso is not leaning like this on one side, and look at the fingertips of your left hand. Stay here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now we're going to do the side angle pose. Put your elbow on your left knee, left thigh, and raise your right arm parallel to your face. If you can look up, that's fine. If that bothers you, just look straight ahead of you. But you want your arm parallel to your face. Stay here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring your right hand to your right hip. Raise your bent knee. Turn your foot in, your left foot. Turn your right foot out. So your left foot is facing forward, just like your hips are facing forward, and your right foot is facing this way. Now bend your right knee. Move your feet further apart if you need to. And then make sure that your torso is right in the middle, not leaning forward. Stay right here. Raise your arms up and look at the fingertips of your right hand. Stay here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then take your right elbow onto your right thigh. Your left arm is parallel to your face. And hold it here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take your left hand to your hip joint. Raise your knee up. Turn your foot inside. And bring your feet, walk your feet like this closer together. Hold on to your hip joints and slowly bend forward to release your back a little bit. Slide your hands down. Hold on near your ankles and bend your elbows to help you take your head closer to your knees. And slowly come up again. Stand in Tadasana. And now, just for a change of pace, we are going to walk on our toes. So if you can do it without holding, that's great. So we're going to walk a few steps forward and a few steps back. But as if you're wearing heels, you're going to walk only on your toes. So get on, raise your heels as high as you can, and then walk forward a few steps, and then walk backwards a few steps. Still forward and backward. If you go for a walk, try walking forward. Of course, you're walking forward most of the time, but also try walking sideways sometimes and backwards. It's not always easy to walk backwards if you're going for a walk. But stay on your toes. This way you are carrying all your weight on your toes, and also at the same time you're stretching your arches. And you know how some people get plantar fasciitis, which is a strain of the muscle that goes under the sole of your foot? That won't happen. So continue to stay on your toes and then put your heels down. And if you can hold on to your chair like this, and I think Mansi makes you do this also, go on your toes and then on your heels. Toes, heels, toes, heels, toes, heels. One more time, toes and heels. So stand in Tadasana for a few seconds, and the next exercise we are going to do is triangle pose. So for triangle pose, you have to have your feet 3 feet apart. Okay? So keep your feet about 3 feet apart and keep them parallel. Okay? And then you can hold your hands on your hip joint. Then turn your left foot out. Then you're going to raise your arms up. This time your legs are straight there, your knee is not bent. You're going to move your shoulder forward like this. Your left shoulder forward. And then you're going to take your hand and place it near your ankle. Your right arm is up. Your right hand is towards the ceiling. Both your legs should be straight, they should not be bent. And you're going to try to open up your chest here. Stay here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring your right hand to your right hip. Slowly come up. Turn your left foot in. Turn your right foot out. Stay here for a few seconds. Raise your arms up. Keep your legs straight. Move your shoulder forward like this. Your right shoulder this time. Take your hand towards your ankle. Hold on to your shin. Your left arm is up with your left fingertips facing the ceiling. Stay here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly bring your left hand to your left hip. Come up. Bring your feet together. Stand in Tadasana for a few seconds. Roll your shoulders back. And it's 11:28. So we're at the end of our class. I hope that helps you. As you noticed, not all the asanas that I taught today are brand new for you. You've done quite a few of them already. But remember that weight-bearing exercises are what you need to increase bone mineral density. Okay? And of course, all of us need to watch our diet. So I'll let you look up things that will help you to maintain bone density as far as diet is concerned. Okay, so
The thought of the day today was sent by Shiv Das. I don't think he's here today, but thanks to him for sending it. And it's one by George Bernard Shaw. The quotation is from. And it is a very nice, simple, small one. Those who cannot change their minds cannot change anything. Okay? Those who can't change their minds cannot change anything. And of course we all know that some changes are very definitely positive for us to try and do. Alright.
okay, sit in Dhyan Mudra. We're going to chant 2 Oms. And then we're going to say the Shanti part to close the practice. Rechak, Purak, Purak, Hands and Namaste for the prayer, and we'll start. Asato ma satgamaya, tamaso ma jyotirgamaya, mrityu ma amritam gamaya. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. palms together, spread the energy over your face and open your eyes.